The first way how can Ukraine and Kenya partner in this regard is to improve our trade. The trade can be done not only one way. It's not about Ukraine exporting agricultural products to Kenya, but it can be done in both ways. For example, Ukraine is also interested in importing more Kenyan coffee, tea, flowers, fruits, macadamia nuts, which are very popular in Ukraine. Another thing that Ukraine can become not only an importer of Kenyan agricultural products, but also become a gateway to Europe. Since Ukraine has signed association agreement with European Union. So that's one sector. Ukraine has also has a good potential in medicine. Our companies are famous for producing pharmaceutical products. That's another sphere where we can improve the cooperation in this regard. First of all, there is we need in the first place to improve our legal base. For our investors to be more interested in coming to Kenya, we need to establish a couple of bilateral agreements. For example, an agreement on protection of investments, and another agreement which would be appealing to our investors is agreement on avoidance of double taxation. So in the first place, while concluding these agreements, our investors will be more confident about coming to Kenya, and which areas could be interesting and appealing to our investors is, of course, infrastructure. For example, hotel businesses, malls, trade malls. Other potential sectors might be, again, agriculture. For example, our investors can come and invest in agricultural capacity, building plants, factories, not only directly investing in the factory itself, but for example, coming with agricultural machinery, training local producers, farmers, how to use this machinery. Actually, I heard that the government of Kenya has announced or is potentially going to announce some procedure for importation of fertilizers from abroad. And that's where Ukraine might become a partner to Kenya. Of course, for us to consider this, we need to wait for official announcement. But we had in the past a few examples of these cooperations. For example, last year with the drought situation in Kenya, Ukraine helped Kenya to promote food security, and just over 3 months, it was since between April and June, we exported over 180,000 tons of yellow maize, which increased drastically the turnover, which helped Kenya to cover the needs of this product, of this commodity. So, speaking again about fertilizers, that's where Ukraine can partner with Kenya on a mutually beneficial basis. Where can we improve this cooperation is by introducing Kenyan tourist agencies and Ukrainian ones to bring them together and to improve these cooperations. Where, for example, a government can support improvement of tourism is by concluding an agreement on aviation, air services agreement. By introducing direct flights between Kyiv and Nairobi, as you know, for now there is no direct flights. It will simplify in terms of budget, in terms of time, the traveling between two countries. It will improve tourism, it will improve business contacts and people-to-people contacts. Ukrainian government really praises Kenyan government for organizing this event. We believe that this event is very important globally. For example, in 2016 we held a similar event, of course of a smaller scale, as Ukraine doesn't have a connection to the ocean, but we have a Black Sea. So Ukraine held in Odessa in 2016 a conference also on blue economy, but in the Black Sea region. So we have certain expertise which we would be glad to share when our delegation will come to Kenya for the Blue Economy Conference in Nairobi in November. And for us, of course, the most important areas of the blue economy is how to bring tourism sector, how to improve the tourism sector, how to make a marine ecosystem more sustainable, how to improve air routes, sea routes, exploring the seabed. So these are, of course, the most important areas, and that's where I think Ukrainian government might share some information or even learn from other participants. Our Ministry of Education has established a project. It's actually an education center. It has its web page and it's very user-friendly. So any potential student can apply directly, enter this website, and choose the university he likes, choose a specialty. He will receive all the documents he needs, and he actually works directly with this agency under Ministry of Education. Then under this project Study in Ukraine, we are trying also to promote it here in Kenya. So for example, we held a number of events to promote it. For example, by visiting schools, high schools, and speaking directly to future students, giving them information on how to choose university, also about visa procedure. Also, we tried to work with cinemas in Kenya and to stream some videos about Ukraine, about education. Also, what we do in this regard is we simplified visa procedures. We decreased visa fee. This year we opened our visa center in Nairobi. So all we do, we try to make education in Ukraine is more accessible, more approachable.